nobody really speaks of the successes of this government. Is that true? Because even the president himself yesterday said he was cautioning people to stop mocking him when he spoke about the road in Mandera all the way to Isiolo, 750 kilometers. He said that people made a joke out of it, but it was literally a matter of life and death, and we have contractors on site.
There are already 11 contractors.
Yeah, now
11 contractors.
Now,
on site.
President says 11
is 7. They can't even count contractors. So let me tell you this. There is no obligation on our part to speak about the successes of the government. They also have mouths. Let them go out there. They have a government spokesman, they have cabinet secretaries, they have parrots like him. Let them talk about those successes. It is not incumbent upon us to talk about those successes. Number two, they have national communication. They have a national broadcaster. They can go there and talk about those successes. And when you talk about those things, nobody sees those things on the ground. William Ruto famously one time said, there is a road called C41. It passes outside my rural home. He stood on the sunroof and said the road is complete. And I use the road every day. It passes outside my home. So those are the successes he wants to parrot, but Kenyans on the ground can see that there is nothing happening. Number two, Trevor, I have said, and I want to repeat here, that the positions we hold are not permanent. Sifuna was not born to be SG of ODM forever. I have done 7 years. This is my 8th year as SG of ODM. I did not do 7 years as SG of ODM by second-guessing Raila. I know the man. I speak to him. He's my guide. He's my mentor. I say these things because are the things that I believe in. And I believe that Raila's position has always been that we as ODM can only walk the journey with people who are like-minded, pro-people political parties. The position of Senator of Nairobi is not my birthright. It is not something that I will hold on to forever. There will come a day when there will be another senator. I have predecessors. There are people who have held this position before. Ekuru, whether I win or lose, that is not the point. The mission in 2027 is not to make Sifuna senator. The mission in 2027 is to rescue our country. Whatever it takes, Trevor, if it takes Sifuna losing the Senate of Nairobi to kick William Ruto out and make him a one-term president, so be it. That is a higher calling than me being senator. You know? So I am telling you, Ekuru, you have what we call delusions of grandeur. Nobody wakes up thinking about Ekuru or Third Way Alliance. We let you run alone in a repeat election. You came up with 18,000 votes. That's a third of the votes that I got in Kileleshwa ward in Nairobi. That's what I'm telling you.
How ignorant
so
you are.
I am telling you, you Ekuru, you overestimate. No, I am responding to the things that you're saying.
Don't be bitter.
I'm not bitter. This is how I am, Trevor, and you know me. I am responding to the things that you have said. You are insignificant in the political calculations of the country. Ekuru, we could let you run alone in 2027 and you will still lose that election. Because people will simply not show up to
Actually,
vote for
I'll be more than happy to run alongside
alone. Alone.
Lordship.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let me
finish.
finish.
Also lose
Let me finish. Let me finish. I want to say there are people who are saying, oh, yes, Ruto is going home, but who is this person that will replace him? I want to tell you, Trevor, the anger that I feel from Kenyans in 2027, we will just say anyone but Ruto. Anyone but Ruto. There will be no room for sentiment. There will be no room for saying, oh, we want this expert on this and this expert on that. We want to rescue our country. We want to live in a country that is free. People are living in fear. This is not the country that we wanted. We want to fix the software of this country. Lastly, Trevor, I am a lawyer, and Ogenda is supposed to be a professor of law. He knows what the provisions of the Political Parties Act, vis-a-vis you being elected in ODM, but being the one advocating for the interest of a rival political party. In fact, these people, like Ogenda and Kina Aladwa, should be facing disciplinary action in the party because it is a violation of the law. This is not Sifuna saying. The Political Parties Act does not allow me as ODM, and you know very well there is no agreement with this other political party, and you stand up and you say in 2027, you're going to vote for somebody else. At the very minimum, as a member of ODM, you should be saying we should be strengthening ourselves to put ourselves in a good position to be able to take power, because that's what political parties exist to do. Why can this Kina Ogenda and Aladwa just leave ODM and join UDA? Why can't they go there, the party of the person that they want to vote for? Let them go to UDA and let us meet as ODM on the ground. Because you cannot be a member of ODM and advocate for interests of another political party. It's against the law.
We were in Addis. No, we were all in Addis. Sifuna was not in Addis Ababa. A quick rejoinder.
Yes.
A quick rejoinder. Yes. Listening to Sifuna, listening to Ogenda, listening to Aladwa, you know what? I am happy in my small outfit called Third Way Alliance because we are principled.
We?
Yes, we are.
I?
Yes. No.
You cannot use plural, but like, say I am principled.
You know, Sifuna.
Who is we?
Sifuna. You earlier on told me not to speak for yourself. For you. Now you want me to
But you can't tell us any other member of Thadways. We have asked you to tell us your chairman in Nairobi.
Just go to the political party's office and you will see the structures are there. And
you don't know him. He doesn't exist.
Anyway, be that as it may, let me tell you. You see, the sycophancy I see with Sifuna and the worship of Raila Amolo Odinga, he wants Ojenda to be punished, Alado to be punished, and to leave the
law.
party.
You're a lawyer.
Yes, I am a lawyer.
What does the political party say? What does the political party say?
No. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, let me refresh his memory. 2018, March 9th. Didn't his party leader sign, go into handshake with Uhuru regime, which they are opposed to?
Did he say he was going to vote for Uhuru?
No, it's not about voting.
Read the law. No. What does the law say?
Listen.
What does the law say?
You know the problem with Sifuna,
you are a lawyer, Bana, my friend.
Yes, I'm a lawyer, and I think I'm a better lawyer than you.
But you're speaking like a Mama Mboga.
Yes, I'm a better lawyer than you. I'm not just a loud man like you ODM are. No, the problem with you ODM guy, you're just a loud man, but you're empty.
Read the law.
Listen, in 2018, March 9th, the party leader of ODM called Raila Amolo Odinga went into an agreement called the handshake with the regime of Uhuru Kenyatta at that time, Jubilee, okay? Which they had opposed in the 2017 election. And I assisted them because of their level of ignorance. I assisted them in the Supreme Court to actually nullify that election. And if Sifuna here pretends that he is, not pretending, I know he's a lawyer, but I think he's a lawyer who has no capacity to do research. If you were to read, for example, the Supreme Court judgment, you will see that because of the audit that was conducted by our national chairman called Miruru Waweru, who he doesn't want to recognize, of only 27 constituencies, they were being lured by Uhuru Kenyatta regime then to go into vote counting. And I remember working very closely with Paul Mwangi, who was then the ODM, lawyer. And I told him, guys, and I even called Raila. I met Raila myself. And I told him, don't accept to be lured into this vote counting. Let's attack the transmission of results. And what nullified that election was the audit that was conducted by Third Way Alliance Kenya, which he calls a small party. They have failed in 5 elections, went to the Supreme Court, not won anything until we filed our audit report that actually attacked the transmission of results. And if you remember the words of Maraga, Justice Maraga Emeritus, he said, because of irregularities and illegalities in the transmission, we are nullifying this election. That is a Supreme Court judgment, courtesy of you as truly here, Third Way Alliance Kenya and Ekuru Aukot. Now, having said that, you see, even when you hear Sifuna and Ojenda, and is that really? You can talk of a big outfit, but if you're empty in terms of ideas.
You're insulting us. Are you insulting us?
Okay. No, I'm not. He's allowed to insult us.
I'm not.
You're here to do
He's allowed.
You also insulted me.
And we will do more insulting.
Yeah.
And we are not done.
And I will equally respond.
Correct.
Let's go. And I will equally respond.
Let's go.
And I will equally respond.
Correct.
You cannot intimidate me here.
Yeah.
But the question I'm saying, and I agree, there are bigger issues in this country. And I think to pretend that ODM is not in government, and this is why I agree with Professor Ojenda. Yeah? Sifuna here wants to punish Ojenda. Why hasn't he invoked the same provisions of the Political Parties Act against his own party leader? When he went into bed, in fact, he should also, discipline Baba. Yeah? They went for Karoli Omondi, they went for the guy for Bondo, and all those other guys. These are just pretentious talks. Because Sifuna knows if he goes against Baba, his bread and butter today will not be